AB represents a boy who's 1.3 meters tall. Through B, BN is the horizontal, AM is the ground level. AM is the ground level, and through B, BN is the horizontal. There is a balloon at C. The boy looks at the balloon and finds that the angle of elevation of the balloon is 60 degrees. So this is the eye of the observer. This is the object observed. So BC is the line of sight. This is the horizontal. The angle between the line of sight and the horizontal is the angle of elevation, which is 60 degrees. Let's complete the triangle. So we have BN and BC. Let's drop BL perpendicular to the ground. Now the balloon is moving with the wind. The speed of the wind is given to be 29√3 meters per second. Now we need to understand if the balloon is moving towards the observer or away from the observer. Towards meaning the balloon is now at C. Is it moving in this direction or in the opposite direction? The boy is here. Is the balloon moving towards the observer or away from the observer? What will help us understand this? The angle of elevation. Check the angles of elevation. Initially, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Then the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degrees. So when the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degrees, it means the balloon is moving away from the observer. The elevation is originally 60 degrees. It reduces to 30 degrees. This means the balloon moves away from the observer. So the balloon is moving with the wind and takes a new position D. The speed of the wind is 29√3 meters per second. The boy does not change his position. From the same point, the boy looks at the balloon in its new position at D and measures the elevation, which he finds to be 30 degrees. So how do we mark that? BN is the horizontal, BD is the line of sight. So the angle between BD and BN is 30 degrees. So we have this and this. Let's complete the triangle. Drop DM, drop DM perpendicular to the ground. So like this we have two right triangles. In one triangle we have angle 60 degrees and in the other right triangle we have angle 30 degrees. Now what is the question? The question is to find the height of the balloon from the ground. So which means we have to find the length of the line segment CL or DM. Since AB is 1.3, it's clear that PL is 1.3 and NM is also 1.3. So it is sufficient to find CP or DN. Correct? We could find CP or DN. Supposing we find CP plus PL, which is 1.3. CP is not known. We need to find CP plus PL, which is 1.3, will give us CL, which is the height of the balloon from the ground. Or if we find DN plus 1.3 will give us DM, which is the height of the balloon from the ground. As we discussed earlier, we have two right triangles. So we can very easily find the length of CP or DN. Now before that, we have the speed of the wind given to us. So the speed of the wind determines the speed of the balloon. So whatever is the speed of the wind is the speed of the balloon. So the speed of the balloon is 29 root 3 meters per second. And how long does it take to reach this new position D? 2 seconds. It's given to us in the question, 2 seconds. So the balloon which is at C takes the new position D in 2 seconds. So this distance in air is covered by the balloon in 2 seconds. And what is the speed of the balloon? 29 root 3 meters per second. Then how do we find this distance CD? We know distance is speed into time. So how do we find this distance CD? So this distance CD covered by the balloon in 2 seconds will be speed into time. Speed into time, which is 58 root 3 meters. So this distance in the air, this horizontal distance in the air covered by the balloon is 58 root 3 meters. So if CD is 58 root 3, it means PN is also 58 root 3 meters. So now let's take up the triangles one by one. So here they have started with triangle, anything first, any triangle first. But here we have triangle BND. See the figure here, triangle BND. See it here, BND. What is known to us in this triangle BND? We have this angle 30 degrees. What else? We'll just call this X. We could just have it as BP also. It's not compulsory to call it X. You can just have it as BP or you can call it X. So we know BP is, we've called it X here, and PN we just found is 58 root 3. So in all BN is X plus 58 root 3. X plus 58 root 3. Otherwise you could just write BP plus 58 root 3. Okay, so in this triangle BDN, we know this side is 58 root 3 plus X. And what about this side? No, it's not known. What else do we know? We know one angle in it, which is 30 degrees. So let's apply tan 30 degrees to connect this side with this side. So tan 30 degrees, see that here? Tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite DN by the adjacent BN. Tan 30, we know the value from the table is 1 by root 3. DN is not known, so as it is over BN, which is X plus 58 root 3. So cross multiply and let's find DN. So DN is X plus 58 root 3 by root 3 meters. Now let's apply the, let's take up the other right triangle. BPC. Let's again connect this angle 60 degrees. 60 degrees is the angle in this triangle BPC. So in this triangle BPC, tan 60 degrees is equal to, we could use tan or cot. So tan 60 degrees is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite is CP, adjacent is BP. But what we need to understand is CP is equal to DN. We just found DN. DN is equal to CP. Opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. So we just found DN. DN is equal to CP. Alright. So tan 60 degrees is equal to opposite CP by adjacent BP. Alright. So tan 60 is root 3 is equal to CP by X. We have called BP as X. So on cross multiplying we have CP is equal to X root 3 meters. But as we just understood, DN is equal to CP. DN is equal to CP. So we could equate these two. If you call this 1 and this one as 2, 1 is equal to 2. This is an expression for DN. This is an expression for CP. But DN is equal to CP. Correct? So on equating these two, DN is equal to CP. So we have X plus 58 root 3 over 3 is equal to X root 3. So now you understand. So we have one equation in which we have only one unknown X. So we can work this and find the value of X. And once we find the value of X, What is it we need to find? We actually need to find CP or dn, correct? CP or dn is what we need to find. So once we find the value of x, on solving this, once we find the value of x, since we need to find CP or dn, see we have CP is x root 3, correct? Once we find the value of x, we could just substitute here, x is 29 root 3, and that way we'll get the value of CP, which is 87. And now 87 plus 1.3, 88.3 is the height of the balloon from the ground. This is one method. Otherwise, what else we can do is, see, this is what we have from one triangle, correct? By applying a trigonometric ratio in the first triangle, this is what we have. How do we understand this? See, we have two unknowns, correct? dn is not known, x is also not known. Both are not known. These are two unknowns. So you cannot work this and find the value of dn or x. When we took up the other triangle, we had the same situation. We have two unknowns, CP and x. Neither can we find CP nor x. This equation has two unknowns, CP and x. So the other way of doing it is, now CP is x root 3, correct? So we can just substitute this. This is 2. We can substitute this in the first one. We can use the substitution method also. Here in this book, it's solved by equating 1 and 2. We could also substitute. What is CP? X root 3. So you can substitute that in the first equation. dn is equal to CP, correct? dn is equal to CP. So CP is x root 3. Use that here. dn is nothing but CP. So you can use x root 3 here. So that way, by cross multiplying, we can find the value of x. So that's what it is. We'll get the same value. The value of x will be 29 root 3. But once we get the value of x, we need to find the value of CP, which is x root 3 or 29 root 3 into root 3. See it here. CP is 87 meters. So now we found CP. The height of the balloon from the ground is CL, which is CP plus PL. Alright. So which is CP, the value of CP is 87 and PL is 1.3. You can just ignore this. We could substitute the value straight away. So CP is 87. See here, we found it here. And the value of PL is 1.3. So 88.3 meters. So the height of the balloon from the ground is 88.3 meters.